What's up, Fallible Nation? Welcome to another Fallible Nation Live. I'm your host, Brent. If you don't know who I am and you're joining us for the first time, now you got clarity, guys. And it is Monday night. I'm so glad to be here, guys. I'm hoping you're here to enjoy the show. We're going to have a great time tonight. It's going to be lots of fun, guys, because I got some amazing information to share with you. Shout out in the comments. Let us know you're here. Join the conversation. That makes Fallible Nation so much more fun. And guys, it is that time again, my favorite time of year, the annual promise that 2023 will be your year. While these yearly ambitions are exciting and motivational, well, for a while, it's easy to get about them. It's easy to be excited about them at the beginning of the year. I'm talking faster than I can keep up with myself. Look what I'm doing here. By month 2, many of these goals tend to trickle off. But don't worry, you're not alone. Only about 46% of the population even bothers to make a New Year's resolution anymore, and less than 6% are successful. And guys, whether you're jumping in live tonight on the live stream or catching this on the replay, I promise I have something for you tonight. You're not going to want to steer away. Let us know you're here, and in the comments, that makes it better. And if you're catching it on the replay, guys, that's cool. Throw it up in the comments. I respond to all the comments. I read them all. I promise I will check out what you got to say. But what are some worthwhile New Year's resolutions? What New Year's resolutions might actually be worth your time and effort? In tonight's show, I'm going to share with you 10 New Year's resolutions for men to help improve their lives. Now, guys, I say for men because I'm a men's channel, but I promise you, whoever you are watching this live or on the replay, I've got 10 things that will make a huge difference in your life this year. Things that actually move that needle, make a difference, that are achievable. And if you know me, you know I'm not a fan of New Year's resolutions, but these could seriously move the needle in a positive way in your life. So without further ado, let's go. Hey guys, welcome to tonight's show. And I see people jumping in the comments already. Sarah's here. Bruce is here. Mike's here. Guys, I am so glad to see you guys. I look forward to these Monday nights. They are just a lot of fun for me because I love hanging out with the Fallible Nation. You guys make all this possible anyways, and it's so exciting for me to actually get to interact with you guys and have fun with you. Now, we're going to do the show just like always, and I got a lot, so I'll talk fast tonight so I don't drag it out. Also, if you have questions for the Q&A period at the end of the regular show, right? We always handle some Q&A if we've got it. Be sure and, get your questions ready. Put a QQ in front of them if you're live in the chat, guys. Or if you want to jump on live stream with me on air, guys, you are welcome to do that. There is a form, whether you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, it doesn't matter, where you can fill out this Google form and it gives me an idea of what you want to do. And we can send you an invite to jump on live and ask your question live on air. And that's always fun too. So either way, whether you want to type it, write it, be live on air, it doesn't matter. We got you covered, guys, for the Q&A, and I'm looking forward to it. I see Twisted Designers jumping on. If you are live with us, I encourage you to jump into the chat because, guys, I honestly get distracted by the chat just because it's so interesting and entertaining for me to watch you guys interact with each other and ask each other questions. And we have a great time in the chat section. I wish I could type and talk simultaneously, but I am not that talented. That's why Sarah does the engineering in the background. Now, I'm not a huge fan of New Year's resolutions normally, just because I know the stats so well. But there are some things that are worthwhile. So we're not going to beat around the bush. We're going to go straight to number 1 is don't make a New Year's resolution. Now, that's my way of saying stop waiting for the perfect time. New Year's resolutions are a procrastinator's dreams. You wait all year, and people assume and even expect you to fall short. People go into these goals with almost guaranteed socially acceptable backdoor out of it. It is the underachiever and procrastinator's top dream. People are literally expecting you to fail. Well, going into anything with that outlook brings 100% failure rate. If you go in with that back door, you're almost guaranteed to just not get there at all. Now, that's not a positive way to start anything. But the truth is, there's no perfect time. I did an entire show about this, I'm pretty sure. There is absolutely No perfect time. If it is something that is worth doing, it's worth doing now. Stop waiting for that perfect time. It's like waiting for the perfect person. Stop waiting for the perfect time to start living the life you want to have. It will never happen if you do that. The perfect time is not tomorrow. It's not New Year's Eve. It's certainly not New Year's Day. The perfect time to start changing your life and living the life that you want to have as a man, as a person, is now. Start now. Start planning, start learning, start moving, take action. Stop waiting for the perfect magical moment, or you can just join the, failure club at New Year's Eve, which is the majority of the people who wait for that. Number 2, guys, is spring clean your life. Get rid of the physical, emotional, and time-sucking things in your life that don't improve your life. Now, my friend Diamond Well, is a minimalist. He's spoken at the Phoenix Conference. He's speaking at the Phoenix Conference this year, so you should definitely come check that out. He's been on the podcast, and I have a lot of respect for Di. I'm not personally ready to go all in on living as a minimalist, but let's pay attention to some of the concepts, at least for a minute, okay? People are already somewhat familiar with the idea of spring cleaning their house, right? We all joke about spring cleaning. Some people actually do it. Some people don't actually do it and just joke about it. But what about spring cleaning your life? Consider getting rid of things that are holding you back. One of the most effective things you can do to achieve your goals is to declutter your life from things that are dragging you down. Not add more, but actually really analyze your life and declutter the things that are not helping you. There's a timeline on most things in life, a point in which something's run its course or is no longer useful or beneficial, a point where it starts to become burdensome even. It's time to let it go. Now, I know you don't need my permission, okay? But maybe you need to hear someone tell you anyway, because some people need that. So let me make this really clear. It's okay to say no. It's okay to let go of old hurt. It's okay to let go of that old relationship or that old pain, that slight that's been eating at you for years. It's okay to say goodbye to an old habit or to those old friends that you're from high school that you're only hanging out with out of nostalgia, and you spend all your time being like, yo, remember back when we were in high school and we were like kings? Yeah, they're not helping you. It's okay to let go of that pain from a long time ago that makes you fearful to try again or to move forward. It is okay to live your life and move forward in a healthy way. Does it add value to your life? It's not. If not, it's okay to let it go Elsa style. Like, go full on, let it go, let it go. Don't hold me back anymore. It's time to let some of that trash go, because some people don't need to add more. They need to take things out to be more successful. Now, guys, tell me in the comments, do you make New Year's resolutions? I'm curious. Let us know, and let's jump to the comment section. Mike McCumber says, I'm not a fan of New Year's resolutions. Right now, it's the time to pursue your goals, Mike. I couldn't agree 100% more. I couldn't agree more. Absolutely 100%. The only perfect time is to change it right now. Minimalism is the way to go. So Mike is a minimalist too, it seems. And, I got a lot of respect for it. Like I said, I'm not quite there, but I do see some of the incredible benefits, guys. And maybe you can adapt part of it, if not all of it. I agree with Michael. It's become almost cultural requirement, it seems. And yeah, the perfect time for change is now. 100%. Mike says it's a great weight lifted once you move forward. Guys, there's a lot. Like I said, I'm not ready to go 100% minimalist, but you know what? There is a lot of valuable lessons to take out of it, even if you're not ready to go down that road 100%. That's okay. And if you're watching this on the replay, guys, be sure. Hey, tell us in the comment section. I want to know. Do you subscribe to making New Year's resolutions? Is that something you do in your life? I'm curious. It's not something I've done for a lot of years, but it's not a horrible thing, I guess. I'm just curious, man. What's your feel on it? Number 3, focus on passion, not in entertainment. Now, this one is a hard one for me. Okay, I'm not going to lie. If you're new to our group, you may not know. Some of you might if you've been around a while. I didn't know I was addicted to video games. In fact, I was adamant that I would not ever become addicted to video games after I watched a friend lose his business to video game addiction. I went to work, I paid my bills, but I spent all my free time gaming until one day I actually ran the numbers and realized, like, total game time played. I wish I was exaggerating so badly. I lost 3 years of my life on one game. Online gaming. I will not name the game just because I won't beat them up that bad. But I was adamant this would never happen to me, and it happened. It was just different than what I pictured. I was doing life, but I wasn't thriving. I wasn't making my life better. I wasn't growing. I wasn't advancing. I wasn't moving in a positive direction. It wasn't making my marriage better. It wasn't making me a better father. Don't confuse the fact that while I wasn't going into like withdrawals, things we associate with hardcore like chemical addictions, it took all my time. It took all my focus. I was passionate about achieving from a chair in a make-believe world. I recently tried a mobile game made by the same manufacturers and loosely connected to a game I used to play. And I tried it for one evening and I had to take it off my iPad because I knew I could feel myself go down that rabbit hole almost instantly. And it's killing me because they just announced the release date of the next game in the series that I have been waiting for literally for about 4 years now. I honestly doubt I'm ever going to play because I don't think it's a safe road for me to go down. Video games seem to affect more men than women, but some women get affected by it too. But maybe yours isn't a game. That's okay. But let's try this, okay? Let's have some honesty moments here. Social media addictions. People who are on it too much. Phone and device addiction. There are people who just can't put it down. There are people who can't miss episodes of their favorite TV series. The latest movie, the latest gadget. There are people who are addicted to cosmetic surgery or just have to have their makeup and everything perfect all the time. There are people who are addicted to getting more and more tattoos. I love tattoos. I don't have to get them constantly, but trust me, you can spend a lot of money real quick. There are people who are addicted to keeping up with the Joneses. Stop losing time, energy, and other resources to things and stuff and focus on that energy on something that you're passionate about that benefits your life. If you're losing resources to it without it doing something tangible, beneficial to your life, if you're neglecting or downplaying other things so you can spend more time doing these things, then you need to consider the health of your choices because you might be hedging on it. Maybe you're not addicted to it, but you might be hedging on being addicted to something you didn't realize is taking away from your life. It's like a fog was lifted when I realized how much time I was spending on this and purged that out of my life. I had all this time and energy to focus on my health, to focus on being a better husband, to pursue other things in my life that I was passionate about. I had no idea that I was losing that much of my life. If you're not spending that time and energy on things that are worthwhile and beneficial and growing your life, making your world better in real time, digital world is not real. We're not in the matrix yet. They're trying. We're not there yet. The digital world, conquering things there is not real achievement. Please pay attention. Get rid of the things. It might be your favorite TV show where you actually like rearrange your schedule just for it. It exists. And if it's taking away from your life, right, there's a difference between when we cross from entertaining to this is what I do. And I start sacrificing other things for it. Number 4 is work out to feel great, not to look a certain way. I know so many people who go to the gym with this incredible idea of, I'm going to look like a Greek god. Okay? That's not a good reason to go to the gym. I'm going to be super skinny and everybody's going to think I'm sexy. And it's not a good reason to go to the gym. There's no end to physical, emotional, and mental benefits of working out. Science has proven it over and over again, not the stupid science they quote these days, but actual science has proven that there is no end to the health benefits of working out on a regular basis, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Start working out to feel great. Your body changes will come with time and consistency if that's one of your goals. But it's not going to keep you in the gym, and it's not going to happen fast enough to keep you on a healthy habit of going to the gym. Get exercise to feel healthy, to boost your endorphins. You actually feel happy after you work out. Even when you're dead, you feel happy after you work out. It actually releases a chemical release in your body that does that. Work out in ways you enjoy and just push yourself a little harder than you might just for a casual fun. Take a bike ride, go for a walk, swim, Zumba, yoga, whatever does it for you. Learn to love the feeling. The superficial stuff will come later, but don't go to the gym for that. Just start your workout to feel good so you feel healthy again. Let's go back into our comment section. Michael says, I love number 3. Focus on producing, not consuming. Doing a 12-hour tech cleanse at least once a month is great, and once a week is better. Twist Designer says, producing, creating, it doesn't matter if it's positive gain right off the bat, just keep starting and finishing an attempt. That is absolutely true. Guys, we're going to take just a second here and pay the bills, and we'll be right back with more. How well do you sleep at night? Do you toss and turn and wake up more tired than when you went to bed? Sleep is commonly one of the critical elements people fall short on in their life. The quality of sleep you get directly affects your ability to control your weight, your ability to add muscle, your stress levels, and your everyday job and life performance. If you're ready to move to the next level, then sleep has to be part of the plan. Check out our friends at ghostbed.com if you're ready to get your best sleep. I love my ghost bed. I've been sleeping on one for a couple of years and has made a huge difference in how I sleep. Hit ghostbed.com and use the code TheFallibleMan30 to get 30% off your order and start getting better night's sleep tomorrow. Now, let's go on to the show. It's so much easier to just play the recording instead of saying that every single time I have to say it, guys. Hey, and I am true. You know, guys, I won't sell you anything or recommend anything that I don't actually believe in. I do sleep on a ghost bed. Sarah and I have for several years now. I love my ghost bed. I truly do. It's probably the best mattress I have ever owned, and I sleep like a baby on it. Highly recommend it. If you're in the market for a mattress, we bought ours when we actually we need to replace our bed because it sucks. So, if you're not in the market, I understand, that's fine. But if you're in the market for a mattress, it's worth checking out. It may not be for you, but I like mine. Number 5, guys, get healthy, whatever that looks like. Now, I want to be really specific here. You may be too heavy. You may just be lethargic because you don't move around enough or get exercise. Maybe you're underweight. That's actually a real struggle, whether you realize it or not. Maybe you struggle with eating disorders or insecurities that hold you back for your anxiety. Maybe your cardio levels are really low and you can be jacked like Arnold and suck running out of breath walking to your mailbox, okay? Get physically, emotionally, and mentally healthy. Whatever that looks like in your case. Now, I'm not into this one-size-fits-all health thing as far as every body size is healthy. No, it's not. Okay? If you got too much weight on your body like me, you need to put some work in. If you're too skinny because you don't ever eat, you probably need to put some work in, right? It may not be the same cause, but unhealthy is unhealthy. So get healthy, whatever it looks like. These are worthy goals, and you can absolutely do it because it's not an instant change. The problem is people set it too fast, too hard. Make one healthy choice today. Make one healthy choice tomorrow. Stack wins. We talk about it all the time here on this channel. Stack wins. Choose health. Don't weigh one bad decision as the end of the day. Get healthy. One decision at a time. You can absolutely do it. If you don't take care of your health, you're going to pay heavily in huge ways, financially, emotionally, and mentally over your lifetime. The longer you go with your health in a bad way, the worse it gets and the higher the cost, guys. So take care of yourself. Make time this year to upgrade your overall health. Live healthier. Make healthier choices. We all have room to grow there, myself included. I'm honest about that. Okay, I got work to do, and I bet you do if you look at your life too. Get organized. Stop living in a reactionary way. Now, maybe the two don't go together in your head, but this is what I want you to hear. Most people live their life by accident, not intentionally. Figure out who you want to be and what you want out of your life, then start the process of getting there. Become intentional. Make plans, set smart goals, take action. Stop being derailed by everything happening around you. Most people just go through their life reacting to what is happening around them instead of getting organized and pursuing their dreams. If you want to live an average life, just do what everybody else does. That's the status quo. You want to live an ordinary average life, that's fine. That's your business. Just do what everybody else does. That's how that works. If you want to live an exceptional life, do what others will not do. Do the work, do the reps, put in the reps, put in the time, put in the planning. You have to get intentional to live an exceptional life. And let's face it, all of us want an exceptional life, whether we realize it or not, or whether we're willing to admit it. Most people are waylaid by laziness, by comfort, by a false sense of contentment. We fool ourselves into believing, oh, yeah, I'm there. Because the march forward seems insurmountable. Guys, if you don't aim for the moon, you'll never reach the sky. You may not get to the moon, but you'll never even reach the sky. You'll keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. Get organized, stop reacting to life, and start living life intentionally. Michael says, Intentional Living by John C. Maxwell is an awesome book. Yes, it is, Michael. I wholeheartedly approve of that book. I think it's a great read. Guys, hey, if you're getting something out of this, be sure and leave us a like or a comment, whatever. Let people know. If you think someone's going to grow or benefit from the show, share it with them. That helps us out a lot. And tell us in the comment section, what's one of the things you want to grow in the next year of your life, right? I'm not asking for you to commit to a New Year's resolution. I'm asking because Fallible Nation is all about incremental growth. What's one thing that you want to grow in the next year of your life? 2023 is less than a week away. I cannot believe that. That's so just mind-boggling to me. So what's one thing that you want to grow in 2023? Share in the comment section or leave us a comment on the video and share with the group, man. We get better together. That's what Fallible Nation is all about. Number 7, learn a new skill that adds value to your life. Now, this channel is all about incremental daily growth. I've said that like 3 times, I think, already. So let me be really clear. Unless learning underwater basket weaving brings you a great sense of personal peace to almost a meditative state, and then the basket sells well on eBay and makes you a profit after that, past that point as well, that's not what I'm talking about. Wrong. Learning something new is great, but can be absolutely useless, and it can waste your time incredibly. Learning to play Minecraft will not upgrade my life. Learning something that adds value to your life, that's game changing. So when you're picking that new skill, this is what we're talking about, incremental daily growth. We're not talking about useless nonsense that's just going to rob time. Remember, we talked about that earlier. Number 8 is really simple. Give up gossip. Almost everybody in the world gossips too much. Just stop. And I'm not pointing at you. I'm pointing at all of us. Okay? Just stop. Shut your mouth. Do something useful with your time. Gossip is poison. It does nothing but take from people. It takes from you, and it takes from whoever you're talking about. Stop. It's not worth your time, energy, or effort. It has no constructive use in the history of mankind. So give up gossip this year. Let's jump into the comment section. Sarah says, I want to get rid of about half of my stuff, mainly clothing I haven't worn in years, as one of her goals for this coming year. Twisted Designer says, number 6 was good, Brent. I agree with Michael. Yes, that book is quite good. It is. It's a great read, guys. If you haven't read Intentional Living by John C. Maxwell, I highly recommend that. It's not something that's on my library because I haven't read it in several years. I read it several years ago, so it was after I started making that library. Learn something new every day is a goal. That's been my mantra since I was 16. I can attest. I know Twisted Designer, and he has a wide skill level, and that's not a bad thing. Okay. Now, guys, while we're paused for half a second, I want to tell you the Phoenix is less than 54 days away. Let me look at the official count. I actually have it here. We are 46 days from the Phoenix conference. 46 days. We are live in person and virtual, as well as simulcast options. If you are far enough away and you have a group of people you think will benefit from that, you can reach us at info@thefallibleman.com to set up your own event and just utilize our speakers. We're glad to help you set that up at a different rate than our virtual event. But we have the virtual event, which we're stepping up, and a live. And if you're in North Central Washington, guys, come to the event. I've been booking tickets. It's been a busy weekend. Some of you were there last year. Some of you familiar with the Phoenix conference. The challenge coins have been ordered. That's too close. Too close. The challenge coins have been ordered. Speak of the devil, I think I just actually got an email from the challenge coins people. But the challenge coins are ordered. The plane tickets are ordered. Diamond Well, Oliver Marcel, Rob Lohman will be joining us live at the event, while the other speakers will be virtual. We are excited, guys. Prices are set right now. They will be going up as we get closer to the event. Come join us. It's an incredible event. People are still talking about the first one. It will be a weekend to remember. Now, we'll get back and wrap this show. How's that? Number 9, don't buy useless crap. You think that would be pretty self-evident, but look in people's houses, it's not. Now, I am a die-hard capitalist. I love the free market. I love the way that works. Stop buying useless crap. The character Kat Strafford in 10 Things I Hate About You nailed it with the idea that people often live meaningless, consumer-driven lives. Advertising and marketing has us all buying all kinds of useless junk. How many things do you actually own that you only have for a single purpose? You don't have to answer this in public. It's okay. But how many things, I want you to do a mental catalog. How many things do you own that have a single purpose use that you only use once or twice a year? My brother-in-law was just here. He lives in Hawaii. And he asked me, he's like, do you have a pineapple corer? I was like, what? He's like, a pineapple corer. You stick it in and pull. I was like, no. Why would I have a pineapple corer? We have pineapple in the house, like an actual pineapple, maybe twice a year. Okay. The kitchen is one of the biggest culprits for this. The toolbox, stepping on toes, bros. I know. I have a lot of specialty tools that I've used like twice. I bought it instead of renting it or couldn't rent it. There are a lot of tools where you end up having to buy them because you can't rent them. But the kitchen and the toolbox are huge culprits. I challenge you to go through this week and actually go through your kitchen and your toolbox and some of the other areas of your house and catalog how many useless things you have. Like you bought them, you used it once, maybe twice, or you bought it and you only really have a use for it twice a year. Unless it's giving you huge benefits and being used regularly, maybe consider if you really need it before you buy that thing. Okay. Stop buying junk. Stop throwing money away on stuff you don't need. Most of us wish we made more money. Well, here's how you have more money. Stop buying useless crap. Pretty simple, right? I'm included, guys. Trust me. I got a lot of junk in my junk drawers. I got a lot of junk in this office right now that I bought because I needed it for 10 minutes one day, and I haven't used it since. It's just our habit, right? Number 10, read more books. Now, caveat, if you're reading something educational, don't move on until you master what you learned in the book. Man, this is something I fell into, okay? Reading is an amazing way to feed your brain in the coming year. And it doesn't even matter that much what you're reading. Okay? You can read fiction books, that's fine. Obviously, you can learn some things from nonfiction books that you won't learn in a fiction book, but you can learn some really great things from fiction books. Good authors, right? You look at C.S. Lewis, Chronicles of Narnia, there was an amazing truth in that movie. You look at The Lord of the Rings, J.R. Tolkien, right? There were some amazing truths hidden in the fiction of those books. So I'm not taking away, like I said, you can read almost anything, but reading is brain food. As Tyrion Lannister said in Game of Thrones, yeah, weird quote, right? A mind needs books as a sword needs a whetstone. It was one of those mind-blowing quotes come out of that show, honestly. It was just like, wow, that is so much truth in such a weird place to have it. If you do read a book on personal development, this is where the caveat comes in. Jess is jumping in. She just got off work. Hey, Jess. If you do read a book on personal development, our business, our finance, right? Something like along those lines, avoid this trap that even I have fallen into. Don't just read the book. Master the skill. Master the information. Master the process. Master the device, the technique, until you could actually teach it. Read it over and over again and put it into motion. Practice it. Apply it until you master it to a point where you can teach it. Apply it and master it before you go learn the next great thing. Okay? This is a huge trap that happens in the personal development industry, also in the business and finance world when it comes to books. I have shelves of business books, okay? This is very common. There are a lot of great books out there, but unfortunately, what happens is we start just going down the rabbit trail looking for that golden bullet for our business or for whatever we're trying, our side hustle or our finances, whatever we're trying to master. We start going down the rabbit hole and just read more books and more books and more books without ever actually applying what you learned to a successful extent. So slow it down, read books, but read some fiction books and enjoy those while you're mastering what you learned from that one business book until you got it down, until you have proven that it's either not going to work for what you're doing or you have mastered it to where you can take away what will work and push the rest aside, or it's made you super successful what you're doing. Don't move to that next book talking about the same thing. It is a rabbit trail that will just take time from you and waste your time. Okay. Hey, I see Jess is there. We got some comments to jump in there. 3D coin, Brent amazing. Yes. I'm very proud of our challenge coins. Those are unfortunately limited to our in-person attendees. So if you want a challenge coin, this is last year's. If you want a challenge coin, you have to come in person. Sorry about that. I just can't ship them all over the world. Michael says, totally agree. I'm not sure what we're totally agreeing with. That might have been the challenge coin. That might have been something else. Sarah says, I honestly read mainly fiction, but I've added more nonfiction books into the mix. Now it's about half and half. Just joined us. Twisted Designer says, oops, sorry. 10 is great. Keep reading. It doesn't matter the medium. 100%. Okay. Warren Buffett reads like 40 pages of the newspaper every day on top of other reading, right? But that's his main thing. He likes to read newspapers. Reading is critical for your mind and for continued development. Sarah says, I love the book Start With Why by Simon Sinek. And Twisted is a good book. I've got it on the shelf right over there, actually. And Twisted Designer says, sometimes I think videos are a detriment to the long run of people learning in general, but people do learn and retain in different ways. That is very valuable. I learn very well in an auditory sense. I'm good at like listening to lectures because I grew up with that style of learning. Some people need a video. Some people need in person. Some people need to read. I was actually just sitting down with a business coach friend of mine, and we were talking about the different ways that is the best way to communicate and teach things for different clients. So that's very true. Guys, I want to tell you, I'm not going to give away hey, we have some new products, not like these kind of products, but I mean, we always have these kind of products coming out, but we have some new products that are in development for 2023. I am super, super excited. If you're not on our mailing list, head over to the website. I don't bomb you with emails. I'm not that guy. Head over to the website, thefallibleman.com, sign up for our email list. I send out 2 emails a month. That's it. You get content that is strictly for my email list. There's the first article in that newsletter is content strictly for my email list. I don't release it anywhere else. And then you get updates about what we're doing with the podcast, with YouTube channel, with our merchandise, what speakers we're having with the Phoenix, things like that. Plus some little notes from me. We only send it out twice a week. It's fallibleman.com, guys. But I have new stuff that is coming out in 2023 that I am so excited is under development. And if you want to learn more about it or be the first people to know about it when it comes out, email list. That's where you want to go. Number 11, spend more face time with family and friends. More space time. Too many S's in that sentence for me. Spend more face time with family and friends. As we increasingly become an ever more digital society, go against the grain. It's critical we apply this to our lives now before it's too late. Okay? If they're worthy of our relationship, they are worthy of face-to-face time. Moving forward, this needs to become more of a reality. Make it a priority in your day to connect with somebody meaningfully face-to-face at least one time a day. Okay, we're not plugged into the matrix yet. I just saw a horrifying advertisement article about, I don't even know if it's real, so I'm not going to comment on it, but it had something to do with like producing babies in factories now for people who can't have babies or something. I'm really hoping that was a farce, but wow, they're trying, guys. We're getting closer to that digital world where we live in our own little shells and homes and don't talk to people. Stop, guys. Connect face to face. We are meant to connect in person. We are meant to connect as human beings, face to face, eye to eye. Our bodies produce pheromones that communicate. Our body language communicates, right? We smell a certain way. There's so much more than screens. So connect meaningfully. If you want to feel happy and joyful, I promise it is something you need in your life. Connect meaningfully with one person, face to face every day, and try and alternate who that person is. Don't just make it your spouse because that's easy because you live with them. Try and connect with people face to face. Now, that's actually 11 that I've given you. Those are 11 New Year's resolutions for men that will improve their lives. But honestly, they'll improve anybody's lives. Man, woman, child, it doesn't matter. Those are resolutions I can get behind and I think will help serve you going forward in 2023. So I absolutely got to recommend share this video. Take one of those things and choose to work on it. Now, y'all are quiet tonight, but it is Q&A time because we have a question that came in via email. So I want to be sure and get to that. So let's run into question and answer time. And if you got questions and answers, questions and answers. Yeah, I've got answers too. Hey, if you got a question, guys, put a QQ and jump in and let's get into Q&A time. We'll see how fast I can talk tonight. Now, guys, I had this question come in. I don't know if Sarah put it in the thing, in that. She did. Look at that. Hey, I got this question the other day via email. What do you think is the biggest roadblock people miss in their planning for positive change? And so I want to take just a couple minutes and answer this question. So that way the person who sent it in will get theirs. And that happens, guys. There's that form below if you want to join us live. But when I post the video for the upcoming live stream, there is that link. And if you have a question that you want answered and you're not sure you're going to be able to make the live stream, you can submit that question via that form, or you can even email me at info@thefallibleman.com or brent@thefallibleman.com and share those questions with us and then watch it on the replay if you don't have time to be with us live. That's cool too. We want to make sure and answer questions for Fallible Nation. You can even ask it in our private group, Facebook group, Fallible Nation for men on Facebook. I take questions there as well. You can post there. And if you're not a part of that and you're a man and you want to be, hit us up on Facebook and we'll add you to Fallible Nation as well. Now, the biggest roadblock I see a lot of people when they're planning for positive changes is they get so busy in the planning portion that they miss looking at what they have to give up. Now, I have this like amazing sense of this when I plan things. I'm a very time-oriented person. And so like when I plan a trip, when I plan to go somewhere, I account for possible road challenges like construction, weather, depending on the time of the year, right? My brain goes, I know it's only 32 miles, but I also know that I'm going to get behind a fruit truck. I know there's going to be people driving under the speed limit. And I know there's going to be a long line of cars jacked up behind a longer truck and RV. So it's going to take extra time. The light at this intersection takes this time, right? My brain plans for that. You have to do the same thing when you're planning. You can make great, smart goals, which we talk about here on the channel, right? You can make smart goals, but a lot of people tend to miss the things you're going to have to take away or remove. Everything you add in your life means you are going to have to give up something else, but we often only focus on what we're gaining, and we forget to look at the things we're leaving behind, right? For example, if you're going to the gym 3 nights a week, may mean fewer time with your family or less watch time of your favorite shows. But you sign up for a membership, so sorry. Before you sign up for a membership, make sure you're ready to make that trade-off, okay? There are sacrifices involved. Similarly, like sticking to your budget may mean less impulsive purchases, which we talked about buying crap. All of us could, if you afford to make less impulsive purchases. Maybe it means fewer meals out with friends or going less places to stick to that budget. How are you going to handle the uncomfortable feelings, or in that case, right, the awkward conversation when you have to say no to things you really want to do? I'm not saying you shouldn't make plans or you shouldn't add things, but I think that is probably the most common roadblock that people don't account for when they're planning to make positive changes in their life. They do the research, right? They learn the skill, or they learn the idea, or they get the plan put together, and put together smart goals. And then they forget that they're going to, well, I'm going to go to the gym 3 nights a week. Okay, well, that means I'm going to miss NCIS or whatever show you watch, right? I'm going to spend gas money going to the gym 3 nights a week. Okay, that's a realistic thing these days with gas prices going up and down, right? There are small and subtle sacrifices, and a lot of times they may be worth it, but you have to, for you to be successful at it, you have to plan ahead and realize that you're going to run into some of those things and decide how you're going to feel about it and how you're going to move forward with it. And if you're okay with that cost, there's always some kind of cost, and that's okay. It's not bad that there's a cost, but you do have to be aware that it exists. And I think that's what most people miss when they're planning for big changes in their life. Now, guys, like I said, we always take questions throughout the show. But if you have a question and you want to send it, you can always send it to us and we will answer it on the show. You can just come watch it later if you're not going to be here. That's cool too. I see Alan jumped on. Alan, good to hear from you, brother. Thanks for jumping on. Guys, it's been an amazing year so far. And I hope your Christmas was spectacular. I hope you got to be with people you love and care about. I hope it was a magical time for you. I know we talked about it last week that Christmas is not the best time of the year for some people. So I hope if it wasn't a great holiday for you, that you have weathered this holiday season okay, that you connected and took some of the advice we talked about last week. New Year's is around the corner. Think hard about what you want to do in 2023. You don't have to wait to start planning it until 2023, okay? You don't have to make a New Year's resolution. If it's worth doing, it's worth doing now. Understand that. All 11 of these things will help you in 2023. I promise you, or I wouldn't throw them out there. I don't believe in gypping you guys. This is not a oh, just do this kind of show. I don't suggest these things lightly. So consider it, weigh it. Tell me if one of these things is something that's going to move the needle for you, or you think it's something you want to apply to your life. Let us know. Sarah says, I have to remember to schedule in what new thing I'm committing to, because if you don't schedule it in, you're going to be really surprised when it conflicts with something that you weren't necessarily planning. And that's always hard to do, guys. Guys, thanks for hanging out. I love Mondays. I love hanging out with the crew here at Fallible Nation. You guys are amazing. Go out, have an amazing week, and be better tomorrow because of what you do today. And we'll see you on the next one.